This joke goes out to Vincent again. I love you. Love you too. I can't help it. It's okay. Dude, I feel you. Not literally though, that's great. Okay, so you guys remember fads like Pokemon and like Pokemon that I can't remember right now? Yu-Gi-Oh! That was really a fad. Yeah. I thought that was just something like 3 guys did in middle school. Anyway, I'm going to start my own new fad, and this may be pushing the limits slightly less than that first joke, but a little bit. Who remembers, like, when people would talk about going gay for someone? Anyone remember? Like, that was kind of awkward, but like, you know, you go to a party and like, the girlfriends would all go to the bathroom because they can't do that singularly. Singularly? Mr. Wakeman? Go with it. Oh. I'm an English minor in college right now. Yeah, but you know, they'd go all the girls would go out, and the guys would be sitting there in a group, you know, just talking. Somehow it'd get brought up, who'd you go gay for? All of them said Johnny Depp. I couldn't say anything because I'm very pretty. Woo! Yeah. 2 people clapped, that's okay. Anyway. Yeah. Did I just hear what you thought? Anyway, back to the joke. Serious. Okay, so I'm going to start my own new fad. It's going to be called going grandma. Who would you go grandma for? And you know, who's your GILF? Isn't that gross? I can't believe I thought of that. For me personally, it'd be Betty White. That's my #1 choice, Betty White. And I know it may seem weird because broken hips are never attractive, but I just like Betty White. I think she's a lively, wonderful person, and I also think it has something to do with the fact that the skin on her arms has sagged. And don't judge me, that's a little gross, I know. Can you imagine how much fun it'd be to play with that? You wake up the next morning, you make sure she's still alive. She's like 300. And, hey guy, come in. How's it going? Anyway, you make sure she's still alive, and then you lift up her arm, and then you smack that grotesque-looking ball of loose skin. And then you watch it fly back and forth. There's a flag, and then you salute it. Patriotic.
No.
Isn't that disgusting? This is what happens when I'm not talking. All these thoughts just come. My mind is like terrible. It's not fun. Yeah. Okay, just making sure. I like testing sound systems. It's a passion. Anyway, this next story is mostly true, I think. And a while ago, I went to the blood bank because I feel it's my duty to make sure other people can live, and if I can make them a little bit more awesome with my blood, why not? And I walked into the blood bank, and I'm sitting there in the chair, and the lady rolled up my sleeve, much like this. That was a sweet demonstration, huh?
Awesome.
And she has me sitting there like this, and she's like, "Oh, what are you doing with your life? Are you still in high school?" I'm like, "I graduated 2 years ago." She's like, "Oh, you look young." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And then she's like, "Oh, where are you going to college?" I'm like, "Big college in Owasso, because I couldn't afford anything better." And then she's like, "Oh, okay, where are you going to school for?" I'm like, "Oh, I want to be a history teacher, because I feel it's my job to make sure other students are just as bored as I was growing up." She's like, "Oh, that's really cool, I guess. Tell me something historical." As she's dangling a needle, like, circling like she's going to dive on me. A needle. And I'm like, "Okay. Did you know the Battle of New Orleans was fought after the War of 1812 had already ended?" Oh. Because she jabbed the needle in my skin.
Again.
Anyway, the blood started to drain from me, and that's why my arm's so skinny. It withered away. I work out. Yeah. So that happened. And she's watching the blood, and she's not even caring about what I have to say. And I am really angry, kind of woozy, mostly woozy actually, but still really angry. And I'm like, "Hey, I'm trying to tell you something kind of important here." And she's like, "Yeah, whatever." I'm like, "Hey, history is important. You don't know where you came from. You don't know where you're going." That's true, by the way. And she's like, "Okay, yeah, that's cool." And then she gets up to leave, and I'm like, hey, if you're treat me like this, I want a refund. Give me my blood back. I demand it. And that's when I got kicked out of the blood bank. But, upside, I did get a cookie. Alright, that's it for the funny stuff, but I do want to take a special note. Like, Lolathon is kind of an important thing to me. Back in my senior year of high school, I know, way back in 2008. I know for some of you that's like way long ago. But my girlfriend at the time and I, we kind of got the ball rolling to get this show started because we were both in the newspaper. We both really love newspaper. Woo! Yeah. I'll always be a newspaper nerd. But we got this thing going, and it's really special to see everything here. You know, Vincent back for 3 years, Miss Leroy back again, Brandon, who's been like my go-to comedian since I was a junior. Yeah. Just all this great stuff happening, and I just want to thank everyone who's here tonight, and everyone who's ever been involved, and especially Mr. Sanders for letting me get up here and say things that I probably shouldn't have said in high school. I had 3 years ago come true. Thanks, everyone.